So these are just tips that I use to make sure the kitchen stays clutter-free, because the last thing anybody wants to do once they go through the headache of decluttering a space is to have to do it again in just a few weeks or a few months later. So these tips are super simple, super easy. Anybody can do them. That is going to keep the clutter out of the kitchen. Okay, before we dive in, for anybody that doesn't know me, I'm just going to do a real quick intro. My name is Tracy Lynn. I am the founder of Simple Living Country Gal and DeclutterInMinutes.com. I started this Facebook group, geez, I want to say almost 3 years ago, and it has grown into a great support system, a great community where people that are just starting to declutter and clean out the mess and the chaos can go to get support, can get tips, that can get tricks, that can find, I don't know, a home away from home of people that understand and get it. I used to be a clutter bug myself. I mean, I took it to an art form, you guys. I used to have so much crap in my house that I would hide it so that I didn't have to see it. So people on the outside, even my family, not my kids and my husband, but like my outside family, thought that I was clutter-free and organized my entire life. And I really, really wasn't. I tend to pile things up into piles, papers and games and toys and even towels and clothes and stuff. I would put them into piles on the open surfaces, having myself convinced that that meant I was organized, because even though there was a lot of stuff out, they were neat, tidy piles. So I kind of called myself a piler when it came to my clutter. And then I started hiding it, because out of sight, out of mind was the way I dealt with the mess. Because as I got more and more stuff, piles just weren't cutting it anymore, and piles would like fall over, make an even worse mess. So then I started hiding it, and I hid it in closets. Do you guys have one of those closets that you would like hold things in and shut the door so nothing fell out? Yeah, I had a couple of those closets. Under the bed, favorite place for me to hide crap. Where else can you shove all that stuff and make a room look clean in 5 seconds? Oh, heck yeah. Closets in the bedroom. That was another great place for me to clean up the kids' rooms with all their toys and games and stuff. I would throw it into buckets and put it in the closet. And in my head, I was organized and clutter-free because I didn't see it. I even went so far as to hide dirty dishes in my oven. No lie. I would just take it off the counter, shove it in the oven, and deal with it later, although later didn't come quite as quickly as it should have. And the smell that dirty dishes permeate when they're in the oven, especially when someone accidentally turns that oven on, is not something I want you to experience. So yeah, I learned how to not only get rid of the clutter, but find tips and systems to keep it from ever coming back. It wasn't something that happened overnight, and I don't suggest you're a clutter concealer. Ain't that the truth? I don't suggest you do that, especially if you've been accumulating clutter and stuff and things for a long time. I know you guys see these posts all the time on Pinterest and in Facebook that says, clean out your entire home in a weekend. Guys, it's not possible. What takes years to accumulate cannot be cleaned out in 48 hours. There is no way. Trust me, I've tried it. I fell for those systems. I even paid for those systems. And no, it doesn't work. It really doesn't. You have to be methodical. You have to be slow. You have to be intentional and deal with the things, because if you don't, they're just going to come back. So I like to teach new habits of how you see your things so that you know your things are not clutter. And I always like to start, hi Sandy, I always like to start with a definition of what is clutter. It's nothing complicated. It's nothing difficult. Clutter is anything that doesn't have a home. It is anything that doesn't belong somewhere in your home. So if you have stuff that doesn't have a place where it needs to be kept, then it is clutter. Now that doesn't mean that anything that doesn't have a home needs to leave immediately. No, that's not the case. It means you have to do a few things before you can decide whether it needs to leave the home. And that is, if it is something that you need, use, or love, then you need to find a place for it to be housed. Give it a home, it's no longer clutter, because once it has a home, it can be put away and there is no reason for it to be left out. So That is the short and long of it. That is exactly what clutter is, something that doesn't have a home. Because when it does have a home, you can put it away, and then it is no longer sitting out, and it is no longer clutter. Michelle says, exactly. It's not possible to clean it out in one weekend. It's like losing weight. It doesn't drop off in a week, only after a longer period of time. And absolutely, that is the truth. As you are losing weight, you learn new food habits so that you don't put that weight back on. Now, sure, you fall back into old routines and old habits, absolutely. But when you use shortcuts to keep those old routines less appealing, then it keeps you from going back into your clutter mode. Absolutely. Okay, so let's dive in. I don't want to keep you guys too long. So let's get to the good stuff and come up with tips and tricks that will keep the clutter off the surfaces in your kitchen. Now, I am going to be doing this on my laptop. I'm not on my phone because you can't see enough on my phone. So we are going to be moving the laptop in my kitchen so I can show you exactly how I keep the clutter off my kitchen. Now, the first thing I do is I keep very few things, very few things out. I literally only have 3 appliances out of my kitchen. You can see them in the background. It is my coffee maker, my toaster, and my Keurig. Don't judge. I am a coffee addict. So I literally have 2 forms of getting that addiction into me all day long. So I have 3 appliances out, and that is it. Those are all my appliances. You can see I do have condiments out next to my stove, and over on this side, I have an Alexa. But other than that, that is all I have out. And I find the fewer items I keep out, the easier it is to keep the stuff off my to keep the excess stuff off my kitchen counter. Because when I have 4 or 5 things on the counter that need to be put away, I want to put them away to keep that open area open the entire time. I don't want to clutter it up. So let's call it a way to test drive decluttering by putting away things that you don't use a lot of. And then that way you can have open counter space, which I love open counter space. Oh my gosh, I love open counter space. And when you love things that are clutter-free, it keeps you from cluttering them back up again. So that's kind of a heavy duty tip. If you're nowhere near removing appliances from your kitchen counters, I don't recommend that you start there, but it is just a simple way to have less out so that you can enjoy the open space a bit more. Now, in the decluttering challenge, remember, if you guys want to do the challenge, just type challenge down in the comments. I'll make sure that you get signed up after we do the Facebook Live. After having my counters completely free of anything while having a backsplash put on, it's my goal to get more items off my counter. Yay! Hi, Paula. Absolutely. Hi, Kelly. You're all welcome. This is awesome. Yes, in the membership group, which I might mention later on, we did, Michelle did remove a lot of things from her counter, and they were like bare. And it was so nice to see. I absolutely love having nothing out. It just makes it feel open and airy. And it makes you want to work harder to keep things that way. But we can't always be running around putting things away in our kitchens. Sorry, that light's annoying. A little bit more. Sorry, guys. We can't always be running around putting things away. So I like to use what I call catch-all baskets. And I have them all over my house. These are game changers. These are time savers and a great way to keep clutter off of your counters. Now, a catch-all basket is basically what it sounds like. It is a basket placed in a high clutter traffic area, and it's just a place to toss things in. Then you toss things in throughout the day. That keeps the stuff off the counters. And then at the end of the day, or when the basket gets full, depends on which comes first, you just go through and deal with all the things in that basket. So it's basically a way of multitasking clutter so that it doesn't leave a mess in all the surfaces of your home. Now, in my kitchen counter, I have shelves. I'm going to see if I can do this. I have shelves on the end of my counter. And right there on that top shelf, that's where I keep my catch-all basket. See it? It's right there. Sorry, guys, as you all get dizzy. So on the end of the counter is my kitchen catch-all basket. It's empty right now because I just cleaned it out from yesterday. It is a big basket. It holds, you want to make sure it holds at least a piece of paper because that tends to be the most clutter that ends up in our home. But these baskets are nice because they don't have holes. So you can put things in there that aren't paper. Pens, markers, rubber bands, socks, whatever belongs in a different room. Just toss it in this basket. It is just an easy way to keep it off the counter so you can keep seeing what it's like to have a clutter-free area in your home. Now, if that's not big enough, you can go a little bit bigger, and it doesn't need to be fancy. It can be anything. It could be a cardboard box if that's what you want to start with. It can be a bag hanging from a handle on a door if that's what you want to start with. Your goal is to find a place to toss things so that they stay off of your kitchen counter. Now, before you get to the stage of the baskets, you may want to remove some of the stuff that's out before you get to that spot. If you didn't take the challenge and you do have clutter on your counters, that's fine. Take a few hours to deal with that now. But there's a couple things that you can do before you get to the clutter stuff. Clean the kitchen. Put stuff in the dishwasher, put dishes in the sink. Get rid of the trash. Throw things away that you know you can get rid of. Get rid of recyclables. Put them in a bag. Take them out to the recyclable bin in your garage. Put things away. Remember, clutter is anything that doesn't have a home, so you need to uncover the clutter by washing things, tossing things, and putting things away. So if there's toys, gather them up, take them to the playroom. If there's clothes, gather them up, put them in the laundry room, or put them in the room where they belong if they're clean. If they're tools, put them in the garage. If they're dishes, put them in the dishwasher or put them in the cabinet if they're clean. If it's trash, throw them in the trash can. Yes, trash is not clutter because trash has a home inside of the trash can. Recyclables are not clutter because recyclables have a home inside of a bag out in your recycling bin. So I want you to start looking at clutter as something that doesn't have a home. And if you find something that you don't want to get rid of but doesn't have a home, take the time to make a home. Whatever is left is clutter, and that takes away the overwhelm of getting rid of it because you already know it doesn't have a home because you don't want it, so you can easily get rid of it. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so once you get rid of the clutter, then you want to put at least one basket out on your counter. You can put it right on top of the kitchen counter. Make that a mail basket for putting any papers that come into the home. Make sure you deal with that basket every single day. This will keep you from losing important papers such as bills, permission slips for the kids for school, or any documents that need to be dealt with immediately. That is the one catch when it comes to a catch-all basket. It's not just throw it in and forget about it. You need to throw it in and deal with it. Because if you don't, it's going to get lost like it did in a pile, and important papers that get lost can really do some damage to finances, to your kids, and to commitments. So always make sure you deal with important things in real time. Catch-all basket must be emptied either as soon as it's filled or at the end of the day, whichever comes first. And that way you know nothing in that basket is going to be in there longer than 24 hours. So you don't have to worry ever again about losing an important piece of paper or an important piece of mail. Now, you can have baskets right on your kitchen counter. I have one right over here. See this basket? Now, this one is more for things. It's not big enough to hold a piece of paper. So you're not going to put mail in there. See how it's curled up on the sides? You're not going to put mail in there, but it is a great place to put, I don't know, you can put pens that you find if you don't keep pens in the kitchen. You could put anything that belongs in a different room, and then at the end of the day, you're going to take this basket around and just put things away so that it's empty, and it can go back for the next day to fill up with things. So those are two catch-all baskets that I have in my kitchen at all times. And the more you do this and the more you get used to catch-all baskets, they're not going to fill up very fast at all. I want to say I maybe have 4 or 5 things inside of those baskets at a given time, and it literally takes just a few minutes for me to put those things away. So yeah, it's the more you do it and the more you instill that habit of keeping things clutter-free, the easier it is to maintain it. So it's a process that just keeps happening over and over again as you evolve from a clutter bug to an organized pro. You're going to learn new habits along the way that just make it easier to keep surfaces cleaned off. Okay, I'm gonna grab you, bring you over here. Oh, I bet that was loud. Sorry, guys. Now, I want to show you another tip for decluttering a room. Now, I call this resetting a room. And basically what that means is at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day, you want to reset an area to where it was when it was clutter-free. Now, if you're not implementing this habit right now, this is something that is going to evolve in time. So you might just start with a portion of your kitchen counter and just reset that at the end of the day, or the entire kitchen table and just reset that at the end of the day. If you're at a point where you have rooms that are completely clutter-free that get used on a regular basis, then you want to implement this tip in that entire room. And as your home becomes clutter-free, you're going to have a list of rooms that you reset. So basically, how do you reset a room? Really, you're getting rid of the clutter. So the first thing you want to do is put anything away that has a home. The second thing you want to do is toss the trash and get rid of the recyclables. And the third thing you want to do is anything that belongs in a different room, you want to gather it up and put it away. So let's say we're in the family room. If you have blankets on the couch and you normally keep blankets in a cabinet in the family room, then you're going to gather up the blankets, put them in the cabinet. They got put away. They're no longer clutter. Straighten the pillows on the couch. If there are toys in there that belong in another room, you want to gather them up and put them away. If there's school books from your kids laying on the coffee table, gather them up. That's hard to say, and put them away. If you don't want to do it, make an announcement to your kids. Before you go to bed, do a room reset in any room that you were in, and let them know that that means just putting things away that are theirs that they left in a room. I tell you what, as the family gets on board with this, it really does make it easier to keep rooms streamlined and uncluttered. But what if your kids are young? What if you don't have kids at home? What if you have a lot of stuff in the room at the end of the day that you need to put away and you just can't hold it all, or you can't carry it all, or you don't want to? Then I have one of my favorite tips I'm going to share with you now. This is a clothes basket, laundry basket, whatever it is you want to call it. And these things are awesome. They're very flexible, very durable, and you can find them at Walmart, at Target. I think they even sell them at Dollar General. They're super cheap. They're like $4. I have like 6 of these, and I have them scattered around my home. And these are my room reset baskets. The reason why I like these baskets is because it can hold a lot of stuff. I can easily take it into a room, gather up anything that doesn't belong, and then walk around the house just like I'm taking a stroll around the house and slowly put things away as I get into a room. Another nice thing about this, it's super flexible and it has handles. So if you don't want to carry it on your hip, if it's not that full, you can carry it just like this, and look at all the stuff that can be put inside of there. It's super awesome. You could put papers, you could put pens, pencils, crayons, toys, dishes, anything can go in there. I've used it for everything. And I can literally reset a room that has been turned upside down in just a few minutes time, all by using, I call this my reset basket, a room reset basket. Super simple, super easy, works in every single room. And it can double duty as a laundry basket, which is what I do. So yeah, super easy, you guys. That is an easy tip to reset the room. You either want to do that before you go to bed, or you want to do it first thing in the morning if you go to bed before the rest of your family. It is a great tip, something I just started using, started talking about in our Declutter Minutes membership group that I'm trying to get everybody on board doing. It is a big time saver and a great way to keep that clutter gone, because that's our goal. Once we declutter, you don't want to do it again. You want to be done so you can move on and enjoy and reap the benefits of having a clutter-free space. Now I'm going to have one more tip for you. One more tip. This is called having a donation basket or box out at all times. Now, the girls in my Declutter in Minutes membership group know that I geek out on ordering things online, especially when they come in big boxes. And if you have a pet, I highly suggest you order from Chewy.com because their boxes are awesome. I used to love Sam's Club's boxes, and I would order big things of toilet paper. Even though it's just my husband and I now, I would still order these big things of toilet paper, and I would get this huge box that I could put so much stuff in for donation. Well, now Chewy, I started ordering my food from Chewy. This is not a sales video for Chewy, I'm telling you. But I started ordering dog food and cat food from Chewy, and now we get these great boxes. I take boxes that come in, and I have a rule that I just follow on my own, that anytime I get a delivery box, it's not allowed to leave empty. It has to have something in it, some kind of clutter that is leaving my home. And that is why I love Chewy boxes, because I can get a lot in them. So what I do is I take my box. Now we're still in my kitchen. I'm going to aim you down so you can see where I keep my box. I like to keep it out of the way. So yeah, you can still see it. Yeah, it's probably an eyesore. My husband hates them, but the good news is, since he hates them, he fills them faster. So this is great if you have family members or a spouse that is not quite on board with getting clutter out of the house. So I put it right there. That is where it stays. As soon as it is full of things for donation, it gets closed up immediately and put right into the back of my SUV so that I can take it next time I go out running errands. I can take it and drop it off at donation. And the reason why I like this box, I just got this box yesterday. So the reason why I like this box, you guys, is it has handles. Look at that. So I can carry this box when it has stuff in it. I'm not gonna be able to get the other side up. There's a handle on each side. So I can literally pick it up and carry it when it's full of stuff. And it makes it so easy on my back. But that's all I do. I leave it right there. It's not that big of an eyesore. It's hidden under a bench. And I fill it up throughout my day with the excess in my home that I want to get rid of. And it is a great way, oh, these lights. It is a great way to keep things clutter-free and to work your way towards a clutter-free area in a home. Hi, Candy. So all these tips are things I've been using for a really long time that have helped me not only get rid of more clutter, but keep the clutter gone for good. And I hope that you guys can use them to get your kitchen clutter-free, get the counters clutter-free, your kitchen table clutter-free, and just keep moving from space to space until all of the excess is gone. And then the fun starts, which is organizing your newly decluttered spaces, which is something I totally geek out on. Okay, that's all I have for you guys today, but I want to talk to you about a few more things. I'm going to be doing a Facebook Live in here again on Wednesday and a Facebook Live in here again on Friday. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but I'm excited. So basically what I'm going to be doing, Jane's here. Hi, Jane. Yes, Sandy, it is a great size. Love it. And it's very durable because that had 26 pounds of dog food plus treats in it plus canned food. So that box is in great shape and it's very durable, holds heavy stuff too. Absolutely love it. Okay, so Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a live demo on how to set up a super simple way to organize school papers for your kids for school. It is my little system that takes up very little space, but still holds quite a bit and will hold papers for a full 12 years. And this is something I did for all 4 of my boys, and now that they're older, I'm passing those containers onto them, and they are just loving going through all the papers. So I'm going to share that with you, I think on Wednesday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then on Friday, we are going to talk about something else, which I don't know yet. I'm still deciding. So if there's something you would like a Facebook Live on, just give me a hoot and I will absolutely see what I can do to do that for you. To let me know, just private message me in Facebook, or you can email me at tracylyn.declutterinminutes@gmail.com. Now, before you go, I want to tell you about something I've been working on for the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks. Not a very long time, but it kind of is in my chaotic world. I have the Declutter in Minutes membership group. I know most of you know about it. Quite a few of you watching this Facebook Live are in that group. And it's awesome because we just love it over there, and we are changing homes and changing lives one room at a time. But it was a very long group. It is a full year to a cleaned out and clutter-free home. And it was hard for people to make that time commitment to getting rid of the clutter. Even though I truly feel you need that much time, it was still hard. 12 months is a very long time. So we shortened it. We compacted it a bit, and we turned it into a 4-month program that all begins brand new on September 1st. This program comes with the full decluttering course. It comes with the membership group where you get videos just like this every single week, walking you through whatever area we are working on specifically for that time. We do it as a group. You're not doing video from your home, but we do it as a group. You watch videos in your home. And the goal is to walk you through how to learn to remove the clutter. First, recognize what clutter is. Second, remove that clutter in the most non-overwhelming way and to work your way through the home one area at a time, creating a space that you love. So that is all set to start on September 1st. The price right now is $15 a month. It is 4 months long. You can stay as long as you want. I've got some people that have been in the group since December of last year, just because they're not quite getting as much done as they want the first time around. So they want to keep going, and that is absolutely fine. Like I said, it took years to get the clutter there. It might just take a bit longer to get the clutter out. So you can stay as long as you want, but a program's meant to last 4 months. We have things set up into themes this time, and I have to get over to my notes because I don't want to forget. Month 1 is all about eating. That is when we are going to tackle the kitchen, pantry, refrigerator, and freezer, and that is for the month of September. For October, we are tackling the working theme, which is the office, setting up a bill paying system, setting up a mail system, tackling the paper clutter that is in our homes. For month 3, which is November, we are tackling the living theme, which is the family room, any recreation areas, and all of the bathrooms in the home. And last but not least is the sleeping theme. That is the master bedroom closet, all the other bedrooms, and all the other closets in the home. And each time we launch a new session of the Declutter in Minutes membership group, you get a bonus. And this month, the bonus is the simple holiday planner. I think that's a $14 value. You get that for free. And we are going to do some really fun things with that planner, getting ready for the holidays this session. So it's a great way, guys, to get your house, get rid of the clutter, set up your house for guests and for company so that you can invite people in and not be worried when you hear someone knocking on the door that, oh my gosh, look at my house, there's someone at the door. You don't have to worry about it. We're going to break it down and tackle through all of those themes one at a time. Oh, Jane, no, you're here now. That's awesome. Jerry's here. Hi, Jerry. I forgot to scroll down. So yeah, Michelle's saying hi for me. She's my helper. So yeah, you can sign up for the course. The doors will remain open until, when is the 31st? Saturday. We dive in live on Sunday, which is the 1st of September, but you have 5 days to get in. This is the lowest the course will ever be. And you guys, I don't want this to turn into a sales video, but the more I help people clean out their homes, the more I absolutely love how they change, not only with their home, but their personalities as well. They're less stressed, they're less frustrated, they're less sad. They're just, the more they clean out, even the little bits that they take day in and day out, it's changing how they look at their home and how they look at their things. There are families that are jumping on board. There are teenagers that are starting to clean out bedrooms. It really is an amazing thing. And I want you guys to all be a part of that. I worked really hard to take myself from a cluttered mess to an organized and streamlined person. I taught my kids to be organized and streamlined. They all now have homes of their own, and I'm happy to say most of them, we still have one that we're still questioning, most of them have cleaned out and organized spaces, and they weren't like that when they were younger. So teach your kids young how to not be clutter bugs, and they will thank you, and their spouses will thank you, especially when they're grown and have homes of their own. I tried systems, you guys. I hired organizers. I bought courses. I fell into that trap of unclutter your home in a weekend, and I spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars trying to get control of my things. And it's not that those programs don't work. They don't work for me. I need things broken down into steps. I need things simple and easy that I can fit into my day, that I don't have to put my entire life on hold to declutter an area. I want to weave things in throughout my schedule. That's why I embrace the motto, declutter in minutes, because you don't have time to put your life on hold to get rid of the stuff. You can weave it into your day, no matter how busy it is. No, you're not going to clean out a room in 24 hours. I never say you will, but I am going to help you figure out how to do it so that at the end of those 4 months, if your house isn't where you want it to be, you can either sign on for another 4 or take the tips that you've learned and run with them. That is my goal, is to give you the tools, to give you the tips, to give you the motivation, support, and inspiration you need to create a home you love. So I think Michelle put the link in there that you can click to sign up to be a part of the membership group. There is a text in there. I think there's one chapter in there that's open for you to read right now. Everything else opens up on the 1st of September, which is Sunday. So we get started in the eating areas of our home on Sunday, and I'm super, super excited about it. And I don't want to say that if you're a cluttered person, you don't know how to run your home. I don't want to say that at all, because I was a cluttered person, but I knew how to run my home. I just needed to learn to see my things differently. I needed to develop new habits. And that is what Declutter in Minutes does. It helps you develop new habits, look at your things in a different way, set up your rooms into zones, and create systems specifically for you and your organizing mentality so that you can make things stick without stressing out when you walk into a room. So I want you to walk into a room and love being in that space and not leave the room because you can't stand all the stuff that's laying around. And so that is what Declutter in Minutes focuses on, and that's what we're going to start on September 1st. All right, guys, I am going to scoot. I kept you long enough. I'm so sorry about that, but I hope you learned some great tips. If you have any questions whatsoever, you can ask me, tag me in the comments, or tag Michelle, and we will answer them for you. If you want to do the kitchen reset, please type challenge in the comments, and I will manually add you, and you can take that on your own free time. It is a great little challenge with super simple tasks that you can do every day, and then you get this free printable at the end, which has all of the new habits on a checklist. Take care. Happy decluttering. Bye.